was a Pictionary game. She came over to the place, and she and Dana came over, and we got out the Pictionary board, and our roommates that are now engaged, Doug and Dana, we played against them in Pictionary, and we won. But we were a pretty good team, didn't you think?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. She remembers me before I remember her.
First time I remember Jesse, we were, it was after a fireside, I believe, a steak fireside, and we all decided we were going to go get frozen yogurt down at Mill Hollow. So there's a group of us went down there, and we were all just sitting around and stuff. And Jesse was there with his roommates, and I was there with some of my friends. We were just kind of all sitting at the same table, and Jesse was so shy, didn't say two words the whole night. I mean, he was just so quiet and shy, didn't say anything. And that's the first time I remembered him. But of course, he has no recollection of meeting me that night. But
Oh well. No, but after that, I think the clincher when I decided I would ask her out was the next day. Doug and I went over and prepared him a little spaghetti dinner, and because we both thought they were kind of cute, so that's when Dana was saying, "And Anne's available, and Anne's available."
the roommates were prompting, kind of helping us along to make sure we.
Great.
Okay. Let's see. We dated for how long? About, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, I guess. 5 months before we got engaged, and I don't know if there was really any particular moment that I knew Jesse was the one for me, but I guess it was kind of a series of ups and downs. I think that was what we kind of were coming through we're dating other people stage, and I think it was one weekend we were over at my house, and I think the moment I knew he was the one was he was over at my house most of the day on a Saturday, and I had a date with someone else that night, and so he kind of left, and he knew I had a date with someone else, and it was and I went on the date, and it was just with a good friend of mine, but I had the worst time. It was a terrible time. I was just thinking about it the whole time. I wish I could be home off of my date.
That was a sad day for me.
I think that was when I knew that I didn't want to be with anyone else, because I had such a terrible time. Everyone kept asking me what was wrong, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. And so that was, I think, when I knew.
Jeepers. I think it was just kind of a process for me. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I started really liking Anne. Started really getting, I don't know, whatever. But I thought, no, I can't get married. So I think I took another girl out. I just thought, oh, just paled in the shadow of Anne. But I think I've got what I'm looking for here, this coupon. So I think that's what I kind of decided. It just kind of hit me all of a sudden. Nobody else was interesting anymore, so Anne was the one.
How he asked me Mary was quite interesting. It was, I think, kind of the unique. Definitely unique. I knew we'd kind of looked at rings and stuff, so I kind of knew it was going to be soon, but I didn't know when or whatever. On a Tuesday night, I was up at a choir rehearsal, and I came out of the choir rehearsal, and Jesse was out on the little couches waiting for me, and I'm like, oh, hi, here he was, and stuff, and so he took me, he was going to take me home, and he decided he wanted to go get some caramel corn down at the mall. I said, okay, so we drove down.
Best excuse I could come up with. She always knew I was hungry.
That's right, he didn't eat anything, and so we drove down to the mall, and his roommate, Scott, works at Tom McKinn Shoes, and Jesse needed some new dress shoes, so we're kind of in there looking around at some things, and Scott asked me if I wanted to try some shoes on, and I said, no, I better not, because then I want to buy them and all this stuff. He's like, well, just try some on. So he talked me into trying on a couple of pairs of shoes, and my first thought was his roommate was just being so weird. He kept running back to the back room, back and forth, and I'm like, what is going on? He was being so weird, like he was forgetting the shoes and all this stuff. And so I was trying these shoes on. Tried one pair on. I think they were a pair of purple pumps or something. I tried them on, and then I tried on these other little boots. And and his roommate had to go in the back for something. And So Jesse was down helping me put on my shoes.
On my knee.
He was down on his little knee down there. And I couldn't get my foot in one of the shoes. I'm like, because I thought some paper was shoved in the toe of the shoe. And so I was trying, I was going, I can't get my foot in the shoe. And so Jesse was trying to, I guess, was trying to get it out. And he was having a hard time. And I'm like, here, let me do it. He was having a hard
No, it's okay.
He was having a hard time. He finally pulled it out, and it was the ring box. And he was down on his little knee, and he just said, Ann, I love you, will you marry me?
And she said yes.
So I said yes.
And there was a few people that started peeking over, what's going on over there?
They were kind of looking at us.
This lady had come into the store earlier, and she was kind of sad, but she was, oh, you two are so cute.
There's this older lady. She was kind of giving us a little advice and everything.
Yeah, that was fun.
So that was fun.
Yep.
And then he brought a little balloon out from the back of the store. It had I love you on it, and a little helium balloon. And then we walked over, showed my roommate who worked in the mall.
Right across the way.
Right across the way, we walked over and showed her the ring and everything. So
That was fun.
that's basically how it happened, wasn't it? Wasn't
Yeah,
it? Okay.
that sounds good.
Yeah, he was.
I agree with that. So how do you feel about it now? Are you happy?
Guess my feeling today, right now, is I'm feeling a lot better than I was last week through finals and everything. It was kind of a hard week last week. I'm feeling really good today. I'm feeling kind of nervous, but excited too. And I kind of look forward to the next week. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and to get everything planned. And I'm just excited that I got such a great guy. He's really wonderful.
Oh, come on. Oh, as time goes on, it just seems to be better and better with Anne. I kind of like her more and more. So it's fun. And her family's fun to be around, so that's exciting too.
Let's see.
She's got cute blue eyes. What do you think?